kids, welcome back. It's week 7, day 1. Today's reflection question is brought to you by Sophie A. in 7th grade. What would you do if you were the last kid on Earth? What stuff would you use to survive? Remember, be thoughtful. See you later. All right, thanks Rex. Welcome back everybody to week 7 of distance learning. We only have a few weeks left, so buckle in. I've got a whole bunch of agenda items as we approach the end of the school year. I'm going to probably have more and more agenda items. Again, it is very important that you watch this entire video. Expected to and responsible for making sure you're updated and are hearing my communications in these daily videos. So today's agenda items, we have 11 of them. 1, keep active, keep healthy. 2, hygiene check. 3, mystery box. 4, favorite sayings. 5, show and tell. 6, web leaders. 7, no pass students. 8, we have the sports page. 9, we have the comics. 10, power mountain biking. 11, hashtag subscribe, YouTube. And then 12 will be just a quick check-in about today's activity. 1, keep active, keep healthy. Again, you gotta keep your body healthy to help yourself keep your mind healthy as well. So again, part of balancing a healthy lifestyle is that physical component. So make sure you're getting outside. I know when I've been chatting with people in Zoom meetings, that's one of the things that I always ask, how have you been getting outside, keeping your body moving, get that blood flowing. So something I do is I go out for about a 5.5 mile run every day. As I've gotten my body more acclimated to running, and as it's called, I've gotten my legs under me and become more prepared for heavy exertion. I add sprints into those runs. When I come home, I do some core workouts, abs, push-ups, dips. Keep yourself going, keep yourself physically fit, and that's going to help your mental fortitude or strength as well. So keep active, keep healthy. All right, 2, hygiene check. You middle schoolers, you need to keep yourself clean. Are you flossing? Are you brushing your teeth at least twice a day? You're home, you might as well brush your teeth in the middle of the day too, 3 times a day. After every meal, brush your teeth. Floss. They say you should be flossing every day. Make sure you're flossing. Have a routine of showering right in the morning. As soon as I get out of bed, I go hop in the shower. So whatever your routines are, make sure you have a routine to keep yourself clean. Agenda item 3, mystery box. Shout out to Cameron, Silas, and Grace this week, or last week. It was kind of a funky week and a half really, with all of those days off, but I appreciate Cameron, Silas, and Grace especially checking in with me on the mystery box. Last week's mystery box item was especially personal to me, relating to my grandmother. So I appreciate it and had a good time sharing that with those students. This week's, or at least day 1's mystery box item is related to my father. I'm recording this on Mother's Day, actually, May 10th, Sunday. We had a Mother's Day celebration on Saturday, the day before Mother's Day, and we went out to my parents' house. So we did social distancing in the yard, and I asked my dad, "Hey, do you have anything that would be cool relating to your military service?" So if you're interested in seeing what I've got this week for the mystery box, I think it's pretty cool. So check in with me. I've got something courtesy of my father. Agenda item number 4, favorite sayings. The first one is brought to you by Brianna D. Slow and steady wins the race. I appreciate that, Brianna. Thank you so much for sharing your favorite saying. I like that. As a long distance runner, that slow and steady wins the race certainly applies for me. Aiden H is our next favorite sayings sharer. Aiden, wear your tragedies as armor, not shackles. So we do all have our own personal tragedies or experience hardships. Don't let them hold you back like shackles, but let them build you up like personal armor. I like that. Wear your tragedies as armor, not shackles. Thank you again, Aiden H. and Brianna D. Show and tell. We didn't have a whole bunch this week. That's probably due to the funny schedule last week. But thank you, Drew. Playing basketball. Looks like he's got a hoop in his front yard. Cool. Love it. I love playing basketball. The next ones come from Mrs. Trample. She's been into bird watching lately. Looks like she's got a really high-powered camera, too. So really cool birds. Oh, beautiful. I forget which ones were which. Oh, this is a robin laying eggs. She said she's going to keep us updated with when they hatch. I can't wait to see those. What beautiful, pretty birds. Wow. I think she said that these are male and female of these two bird species respectively. That's cool. And her neighbor's got chickens. Look at that big rooster up on the top. Cool. Or my mother had sent to my grandma. Grandma, another great grandson, and he is just great. We are both doing super. This is such a little cutie. He has Grandpa Orv's nose. A big one. Take care. Always love. I can't tell what that is. Julie, that's my mom. Here's a photo of me. I think this was the first grade, 1990. Or this one was first grade. I can't remember. This is a picture of my great uncle and great aunt, Howie and Lunga. That's my brother next to me. So here's me and my brother, Howie and Lunga, and my man Mercury. This is back before social distancing. My friend Joel took me on a skydive. We have to, in the springtime, get recurrent before we take passengers. So we take each other before we take passengers again, just to get feel comfortable again in the sky. And I'm much taller than him, so this is funny. Here, he has me attached to his harness. Thanks again, Drew S., for sharing. I know last week's schedule was a bit funky, so I didn't get a lot of 7th grade submissions for show and tell. Please keep on submitting to show and tell. That's so much fun. I'm sure everybody out there in internet land appreciates seeing what you're up to. Send cool pics. Whatever you see out on your nature hikes and when you're getting out there in the world, when you do, take your camera. Share with us what's going on. We've got a few more weeks, about a month left of school, so keep on showing and telling. Agenda item 6 is web leaders. Web leaders are leaders of the school. So you're currently in the 7th grade. Next year you'll be in 8th grade, and you know from your 6th grade experience at Cottage Grove Middle School that 8th grade student leaders come into 6th grade advisories, and they lead our 6th graders through different activities to help them acclimate to middle school life. So we really are looking for people that are confident, comfortable, approachable, so that our 6th graders can feel safe while you're leading them through these activities. Mrs. Berg-Williams is the teacher in charge of helping the web leaders go out into the school, but she sent an email out to staff saying, I haven't heard back from a bunch of these students. So I'm going to be listing off a bunch of the students who I have in my classes, so listen up. If I say your name, and you are interested in being an 8th grade school leader, as we call them web leaders, contact Mrs. Berg-Williams or check to see the communication you have already gotten or follow up about that, because the application is due this Tuesday. You've got 2 days to finish that up, Tuesday, May 12th. Keely A, Zoe B, Malia B, Robbie C, Jazzy D, Brady E, Devin H, Mason Hartwick, Mia Johnson, Elias K, Moyen, Cadence L, Malia M, Maya M, Chloe M, Ruth O, Audrey R, Dan and Sam R, Audrey S, Jayana S, Ian V, Annabelle Y. All right, if I just announce your name, I am encouraging you to follow up with Mrs. Berg-Williams If you don't know who this is or you don't know what communication I'm referring to, just send me a Schoology message. I will give you her email address and I'll make sure you can get in touch with her before Tuesday. Again, the deadline to that application is this Tuesday, May 12th. Okay, agenda item number 7, no pass students. I sent out, I've got about 6 7th graders out of my 72. I've got about 6 of you who are at risk of not passing trimester 3. So I've contacted your families last week. I know a few of you have started realizing, oh gosh, I'm not going to be passing, and you're rapidly submitting those assignments. So if you are one of those students, it's not too late. I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. I sent in that email to your families that I will do one-on-one Zoom meetings, phone calls, whatever it is. However I can best support you, I am here to do that. I'm not trying to say, I caught you. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. I really do want every one of my students to pass. So please reach out to me. If I reached out to your families, now it's on you. I told you I am a resource. It's not too late, despite many of you really not doing much work over the past 6 weeks of distance learning. I can work you through how to make sure you do pass. And this is a good opportunity for me to clarify that trimester 3, the whole district has moved to what's called a pass, no pass format. So you're no longer getting letter grades. Yes, I understand that Schoology is still showing you a letter grade, and that hopefully that's not misleading to you. With that, if you had completed any assignment in Schoology, let's say you just completed one assignment in Schoology and you got 100% on it, you'd be showing an A despite not having done any other assignment. I know that's misleading because we were told to mark all of those missing assignments as incomplete. We didn't want, because it has gone to pass, no pass. That's what the district told us. But when we mark those as incomplete assignments, it does not negatively affect your grade. So some of you who I messaged about not passing, you might be showing that you have an A. And so you might be confused, but you just haven't done any work. Maybe you did one assignment early on and then said, oh, I still show an A. I'm not going to do anything else. Well, you're at risk of not passing any longer. So again, no pass students, make sure you get in touch with me. I've made myself available. I will do one-on-one Zoom meetings, phone calls, whatever that needs to look like to make sure you do pass.
Yes, Mr. Ermer, I'm here for your no pass students. I have been told they might not pass. Therefore, I've been sent from the outer banks of the galaxy to collect them. If they do not contact you in the next week, I'll be after them. Don't salute me. Bye.
Whoa, what was that? Sorry, no pass students. I wouldn't want Boba Fett on my tail, so didn't mean for that to all get very dangerous and escalated so quickly. But make sure you reach out to me. I'll make sure to report that to the office because that's crazy. I've reached out to your families. I'm here to support you. I just wanted to be a friendly guy to see whatever it is that I need to support you with. So just let me know what that looks like. All right, the sports page. This newspaper is dated Thursday, May 7th, last week. For the health of all, no spitting. Saints offer detailed plan to play safely. Even a limited number of fans, about 1,800, practicing social distancing, would be admitted to games. The ballpark and arena experience is going to change as the sports world figures out how best to resume amid the coronavirus pandemic. On Wednesday, the St. Paul Saints became one of the first franchises to spell out in remarkable detail what to expect when games return to CHS Field. Fans no closer than every other row, stadium workers wearing masks and gloves, and no bouncy castle for the kids. Dang it! Details, while subject to change, go down to what items players can spit and to having a sneeze guard over the microphone for the national anthem singer. All right, this one comes from Wednesday, May 6th. It is the biggest headline in the sports page. Pitcher perfect. Gophers junior Max Myers MLB draft stock keeps rising. Gophers junior Max Meyer hasn't pitched in a game since the COVID-19 pandemic halted the season March 12th, but his MLB draft stock continues to soar. Draft analysts now have the Woodbury High School product projected as high as number 6 overall, which would make him the state's highest draft choice since the Twins made Joe Mauer the number 1 overall pick in the 2001 draft. Myers' fastball reached 100 miles per hour this season and consistently registered 96 miles per hour, putting him in a select group of pitching prospects. But that's just part of the story heading into the June 10th draft, according to MLB.com's Jim Callis. All right, cool headlines. Woodbury High School student is now the number 6 overall MLB draft choice. Playing for the Gophers. He's a junior at the U of M. I think that's pretty cool. So shout out to Woodbury High School. And that's exciting about the St. Paul Saints. CHS Field might be opening up, or else at least there's plans to open up as as social distancing norms adjust how the new norm is going to be looking. That's really exciting for me to think that we could soon be in a stadium. I'm not sure what that will look like, but I'll look forward to seeing more headlines about that. Comics. Argyle Sweater by Scott Hilburn. So dull. How did he even get a name like that? It's a Sharpie. And there's pencils and pens actually have fine tips that are thinking like that. Tundra by Chad Carpenter. Never take your pet octopus on a roller coaster. Ah! All the ink that would splatter backwards. Brilliant Mind of Edison Lee by John Hambrock. Don, have you seen the hand mixer? No, but I'm guessing Edison has something to do with its disappearance. What could he possibly want with a mixer? The rotating swab will clear out the dirtiest of ears in seconds. Oh gosh, that sounds dangerous. All right, the Power mountain bike team. The head coach is a Spanish teacher at Park High School, and he's also the head coach of the Nordic ski team, which I'm an assistant coach of, so he's a good friend of mine. I love mountain biking. I'm going to be helping out with the team, and I will be riding with the team a bit. And 6th, 7th, and 8th graders are welcome to join the team. So I'm going to show you a poster, but again, mountain biking is so much fun. If you've got a mountain bike and you're interested in joining an athletic team, it is one of the fastest growing sports in the nation. We get students involved in races all across the state. It's fun. I coached mountain biking up at Maple Grove when I was teaching high school there. So I'm really a big proponent of mountain biking. It's a great sport. I love it. I'm excited to get out mountain biking here this spring and this summer. I'm looking to get a new mountain bike. So if you're interested in mountain biking, if you have a mountain bike or have been thinking about getting a mountain bike, there's an actual team. And 6th, 7th, and 8th graders are welcome to join that team on Thursday, May 14th. That's this Thursday at 7 p.m. So if you want information about that, go to powermountainbike.org. Online information is available for riders and parents. There's going to be an online Zoom meeting, 7 p.m. May 14th. That's this Thursday. Again, more information at powermountainbike.org. It's a national organization. It's the fastest growing high school sport in the nation. Power Mountain Biking District 833 mountain bike team. It's a combined team, so it's a power team, just like the Nordic ski team Power. It stands for Park Woodbury East Ridge. I love mountain biking, so get out there and get after it. All right, agenda item 11. Subscribe. I've only got 7 subscribers on YouTube. I've been putting these videos out. It's pretty fun. I don't know who those 7 subscribers are. I don't even know how to look up who my subscribers are. But go subscribe to me and check out my content. I bet that'll be funny for you to look back on 10, 15 years from now. Oh my gosh, my 7th grade teacher, Mr. Ermer, is still putting out content on YouTube. And you'll know because you subscribe to me. And 20 years from now, when you're talking to your kids, you can show them these YouTube channels that you watched during the COVID 2020 pandemic. So subscribe to me. Again, uh, hit me up on YouTube. All right, that's it. Our agenda item 12 now is our activity. All right, you're doing some vocabulary work today. Um, um, the test has been pushed back until next week because of the extension of distance learning and the screwiness of the schedule last week and a half. The test is being pushed back until next week. So start studying. Again, you have a Quizlet link available in this week's folder. You have the word hero. You have the word builder. Study the words. Today's activity is working with synonyms and antonyms. Synonyms are words that mean similar things. Antonyms are words that mean opposite. So you're going to be finding synonyms and antonyms of our vocabulary words. And there's an example in your page. So use the example to help you understand what synonyms and antonyms are. Again, test next week. Study up and play the Quizlet games, play the video games to help you study. All right, great job. It's Mother's Day. I'm filming this on May 10th. Happy Mother's Day. I made a video. I edited a lovely video for my mom and sent it to her, even though I got to see her yesterday. So let's move on with it. Loser by Jerry Spinelli, chapter 21. Something hard and thorny. Takes her a long time to climb from the top step into the living room. You can get the door, she says. He closes the door. It is dark inside, not as dark as his cellar, but dark for a house. No lights are on. So, she says. He waits for the rest, but that's all there is. So. She repeats it quite a few times as she makes her way across the living room. She sets the four legs of the walker out ahead of her, then catches up with her own 2 feet. 6 legs she has. It's the world's slowest gallop. And then she heads into the dining room. So, it takes her as long to cross the living room and dining rooms as it takes him to walk to school. So, what would you like? What would he like? Not much, really. Takeaway today, and his life has been pretty good. Then it hits him. They're in the kitchen. She's talking about food. Snickerdoodle? He says. It's the first thing that comes to mind. I love snickerdoodles. She stops. He stops behind her. She cocks her head to one side. Snickerdoodle? I haven't heard that word in ages. My mother used to make snickerdoodles. He tries to picture the old lady with a mother. He can't. My mother makes snickerdoodles, he tells her. No, she doesn't, she says. They don't make them anymore. Well, she does, he says. No, she says firmly. Yes, he says, equally firmly. He's feeling a little annoyed. She seems to be staring at a leg of the kitchen table. She shakes her head but says nothing. She turns forward in the walker. Well, she says, I don't have snickerdoodles. She continues on across the kitchen. You'll have to ask for something else. Something else. He could think of many things he would like to eat, but he tries to remember he's not in a restaurant and he's not at home. A sandwich, he offers? A sandwich. She repeats his words so carefully he wonders if she knows what a sandwich is. He has never been this close to a very, very old person before. He wonders how much there is that such a person does not know. A sandwich, she repeats as she continues her frozen gallop across the kitchen. The back legs of the walker land first with a rubbery thud, then the front legs, then the ketchup shushing of her own slippers on the linoleum. Thud, thud, shush, shush. A sandwich. He plops into a chair. He is almost woozy from slowness. She stops at a metal cabinet. How about peanut butter and jelly? She says. Do children still like peanut butter and jelly? He has long since outgrown peanut butter and jelly. Hashtag I still love peanut butter and jelly. Hashtag peanut butter and jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly. What he really wants is a pepper and egg sandwich, like his mother makes, with spicy brown mustard. I'm going to try that today. But he guesses this is out of the question. Sure, he says. He fusses in the cabinet, she fusses in the cabinet, fusses in the refrigerator. She finds the peanut butter. Can't find the jelly, she says. Today we'll have pretend jelly. How would you like that? He's ready to agree to anything. Okay, he says. She is so slow, so deliberate in every movement that he sees things he has never seen before. He had not known there were so many steps in the spreading of peanut butter on a slice of bread. Is this how things appear to the waiting man? A world in slow motion? After what seems like hours, she heads for the table, pushing the walker with one hand, holding a plated sandwich in the other. When she lays the plate on the table and heads back for the second sandwich, he jumps up. I'll get it. She transfers herself from the walker to a chair, and at long last they set to eating. I'm pretending my jelly is gooseberry, she says. She is the color of white mice, pink scalp showing through white hair, pink eyelids. Her eyes are watery, but she is not crying. We used to have gooseberries on our farm. What's yours? Grape, he says. Jelly or jam? She says. He is stumped. Jelly, I guess. Jam is easier to spread. Jam. Okay, jam. Are you sure? I always thought jelly had more taste. Jelly. Not that it makes any difference. He really does try to pretend. But all he tastes is peanut butter and bread. He's glad they're in the kitchen. It's not as dark as the rest of the house. The sandwich halves are in the shape of triangles. He likes it that way. It seems special. Before he knows it, his sandwich is gone. The old lady has barely begun. She eats as slowly as she walks. She looks at him. She puts down her sandwich and with a grimace reaches for the walker. I'll make you another. No, he says. He puts his hand on her wrist. Her skin feels like newspaper. I'll do it. He gets up and makes himself another. Don't forget the jelly, she calls over her shoulder. He spreads pretend jelly. He slices the sandwich catty corner into triangles. He tries to eat this one more slowly. They do not speak. He wonders about something to drink, but he's afraid to ask. Do you know the waiting man? He says. She tilts her head and sniffs. She tilts her head and sniffs, as if trying to catch the full scent of the question. Waiting man? The man at the window down the street. 9924 Willow. She puts down her sandwich, the better to think. She shakes her head. I don't know any waiting man. He's been waiting for a long time, he says. A long time. He hopes she asks him how long. She looks at him. Her eyes are gleaming, but he is sure she is not crying. How long? Suddenly he realized the number is not handy. His father had originally said 32 years. That was in second grade. He's in fifth now, 3 years. 32 plus 3. He stares at her. Like stones, he drops each sound into those uncrying eyes. 35 years. She does not seem impressed. She picks up her sandwich and takes a bite and chews for a long time. Her eyes drift away toward the living room, the beyond. What is he waiting for? She says. His brother. Oh, she says this matter-of-factly, nodding, as if that explains everything. There's a clatter at the front of the house. He realizes it is the mail slot opening, letters being pushed through. His father is delivering. She doesn't seem to hear it. What's his name? She says. Who? The brother. The question surprises him. He has never wondered about the brother's name, or the waiting man's for that matter. I don't know, he says. She starts in on the second half of her sandwich. He has long since finished his. He feels her staring at him as she chews. He is uneasy. When he looks at her for more than a second at a time, he discovers her skin is almost transparent, like thin ice over a December puddle. He feels he is looking into her. A thought pops into his head. The moment she stops chewing, she is going to ask him his name. He does not want her to ask. He does not want her to call out, "Oh, Donald," or "Oh, Zinkoff." He wants to be, "Oh, mailman." He must say something quickly, create a diverting action. I could spell tintinnabulation, he blurts out, and he spells it for her. He has been waiting for years at school for someone to ask him. Tintinnabulation. Her mouth drops open. Her eyes bulge. She is astonished. She is amazed. And I got an A once in geography. It was the only A in the whole class. This time she seems not so much amazed as pleased. She nods and smiles. She is not surprised. She knew he could do it. "Congratulations," she says. The echo comes in his parents' words. 1,000 congratulations to you. And suddenly he remembers the day in the hospital when Polly was born, making a deal with his mother for 2 stars whenever he really needed them. Could he ever need them more than today? "Do you have stars?" he says. She looks at him funny. "Stars? Those little paper stars. Silver? That you stick on," he is about to say, "your shirt. Paper and stuff?" She nods. She gets up and goes to a drawer in the cupboard. "Stars, stars," she mutters as she roots through the drawer. She hauls the walker off to the dining room. He regrets he asked. "Stars, stars." She returns, beaming. She's holding up something, but it's not a star. It's a turkey sticker, the size of a postage stamp, the kind Miss Meeks put on a paper of his once or twice. She hands it to him. "How about a turkey?" A turkey is perfect. He sticks it on his shirt. He can't tell her how happy that turkey makes him feel. So happy. He can't tell her how happy that turkey makes him feel. So happy now his eyes are watery too, and his breath flutters in his chest, and something hard and thorny goes out of him. And he tells her everything. He tells her about field day and why he isn't at school. He tells her about his 2 favorite teachers of all time, Miss Meeks and the learning train, and Mr. Yalowitz, who said, "And the Z shall be first." He tells her about his giraffe hat and Jabeep and Jaboop. She laughs out loud at that. And the giant cookie for Andrew Orwell and Hector Binns and his earwax candle. He tells her about field day again and what the clock said and what Gary Hobbins said. And he tells her about the goal he scored for the Titans and what happened when he closed the door behind him in the cellar with the furnace monster, which, heaven help him, he still half believes in. On and on he talks, scooping the fruit out of his life and dropping it into her lap. He gives her his lucky pink bubblegum stone. She rubs it against her dress and gives it back. Through his tears she is blurry, ghost-like. Her white hair sits upon her head like a puff of cotton. The kid he has always known himself to be seems to be napping nearby. When he wakes up, he is on the sidewalk. The lady is calling, "Bye, mailman," from the step, and the sun is bright beyond the row house roofs. School is over. Knapsacked kids are racing home. The air feels cool and new. The air feels good upon his face. Oh, a little company. is all we need sometimes to get us through. So make sure you're sensitive to the struggle that some people might be experiencing out there. Be kind and gentle with people. You never know what day they might be experiencing, like Sinkoff here. We might be passing someone who's really having a crummy day. We don't know the lives that others lead. And so think about it as intersections of life. When we intersect with people, we don't know where they had just come from. So be sensitive to that as you age and grow into yourselves and become beautiful and wonderful adults. All right, everybody, 7th graders. I hope Boba Fett is kind to you all. And let me know. Reach out to me if you need anything at all. Peace.